Hey you guys, hey, how's it going? Andrew here for catskullGameing, and welcome back to this week's DevDiary. I'm going to try to make this one quick. This is like the 5th time I've recorded this thing. I've had all kinds of audio issues, and I am over it. So, what have we been doing? Well, we've been doing kind of the same thing we've always been doing, making moves on the game, adding some elements to get a little bit further. I got this red-skinned UI in, which is really nice. Dayton's been connecting things up so that we can have some functionality to our UI, so we can actually do things like load up dice, which we've been able to do for a while. We have this upgrade, so you can upgrade the faces, but there's nothing attached to the faces, so there's no point in that. And then mainly he's been working on this part, so you can load up your expedition. It has a combo associated with it. You can roll it, and then you can lock in your dice and then roll them to try to get your combo. And then when you end it, you'll get a score, a multiplier if you get the combo. There's nothing there, so you get nothing. We failed, so it just pushes you back out here. So here, that's basically what we have and what we've been working on this week. What I've been working on, Jim has been still working on the audio manager and getting music. There's no music in it right now. He's been having trouble with using GitHub to upload his portion of the repository, and we were supposed to work on it this week, and he got busy, having a family and a life. We'll do that to you. So hopefully next week we'll be able to have this portion, but there will be audio, there'll be little sound effects, which will be nice. And I know Dayton has been getting some more stuff done. I'm connecting some more things up. So that's the basics of it. It's very simple. It's very basic. You're clicking a couple buttons, you're dragging a couple things to and from other places, and that's the point. We want that to be simple. We want what you do here to actually not be that complicated, because the place where we want you to spend all of your thought process and all of your mental power is in the way that you're manipulating the faces of the dice to upgrade the dice themselves. This week, after listening to a lot of Ed McMillan talk about eugenics and playing eugenics, I finally was able to contextualize how we can do that, and that's by using a tag system. Basically, each dice face, when you upgrade it, will have tags on it. +1 to this face, +2, round up, round down, whatever they are. And then those tags will be lined up and then added up to create an effect. Pretty simple. And then each tag just has an interaction with other tags. And by using this paradigm and thinking about it in this way, it just let me contextualize what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it all just kind of made sense. And it kind of just like, oh, that's the mechanics of how it works. That's where the decision space is. That's where the fun happens, kind of thing. Because here, the player can actually keep together all of the things that are happening, because it doesn't matter what all the different tags on the faces are. It only matters what the effects on the dice are at the end. So you could have 6 different faces, but those don't matter when you're rolling dice. What matters is the end effect that those faces produce. So the end effect might just be +1, +2, mult1, mult2, whatever it is. But the player can keep that in their head and pick dice because they know this is my +2 dice, this is my +5 dice, this is my all 4s dice, and I can use them here and here and here, instead of being like, okay, which one has this face on it and which one has this face on it, so I can put these here and do that. I was really worried about that, and the player being able to keep all the information about the dice mentally in their head so they could actually make smart decisions and plan things out and be decisive and tactical in their play strategy. And this, I think, lets them do that. I think it opens up that design space for the player to make decisions that matter. And that was something that we always wanted from the beginning, and we had been struggling with, how do we actually do that? Because you can offer choice, and that's different than letting them make decisions. A choice is, pick a path, 1, 2, or 3. Doesn't matter what decisions you make, you're always going to be on one of those paths. And narratively, we're going to keep that structure because we can't write a bazillion things, but we can flavor it with tags. And by using the same system in our narrative, I'm hoping that we can have it be kind of like a choose your own adventure. And based on the tags that you collect is what choices you make to pick your path. That's the rough idea right now for the design, as far as like the gameplay elements of the game. Narratively, we're still sticking with that same narrative idea. You are the captain. You were pulled out at right before the moment of death. You help fate affect change. The way that they do that is through this game where you're rolling dice to try to beat Doom. If you can beat Doom, you provide time for your ship and all the survivors a chance to get off this planet and continue on to their destiny. That's the rough narrative, and then through the game's play, you, the captain, will be discovering who you were. Very typical amnesiac protagonist setting, how you got here, and then why you want to actually help these people, why you're bought in, and why you're the perfect person for this job. And then, of course, if you succeed, a big culminating ending of success where you are successful and you get like a nice resolution to the narrative between you and the other characters. So we have like the outlines, the rough ideas, and these things are starting to coalesce and come together. And I am so happy and so excited about how this is all working together. But that's pretty much what we've been working on this week. We're going to keep on trying to get all these things together. We also updated to 4.6, which was, I think, a really good move. It was simple. We had no hiccups, literally no conflicts whatsoever, just updated to 4.6 and it worked. I think progressively updating as the engine updates is the way to go so that we're not stuck in like 3.2. But we'll see. Our game is super small, so it's super easy to do. And that's about it this week for the game. The other thing is that it is Next Fest, if you didn't know. And that means that there's a lot of game demos to play. So far, I've only been able to crack into 3 of them. Wild Blue Skies, which is a Star Fox-like, and it is a very good Star Fox-like. I really wanted a 64 controller to play it. It was cool. They only have the very opening level to play in the demo, which is nice. I wish they had another level, at least 2 of them, or like a couple different things going on to kind of test it out. But very cool game. Definitely gonna keep my eyes on it and wishlist it. Vampire Crawlers, what a great take. The Vampire Survivors, making it a dungeon crawler. It works, and because if you play Vampire Survivors, you know the lingua franca of the franchise, the language of the franchise. It's very easy to just pick up and like understand how it works and just play it. Very cool game. I haven't played this yet, but I want to. But then I also play Titanium Court. This game rips. It's doing a bunch of very interesting things together in ways that I hope our game does. And it is something that I'm looking at as what are they doing and how are they doing it, and how can I take those things and try to use them in our own game. I think Titanium Court has a lot of very interesting design decisions that can be stolen. I think that the designer is doing very interesting stuff with the art and music choices that kind of, I wouldn't say challenge the norms, but are kind of setting a standard for what I am looking for in indie games. I don't know, it's very cool. So this one's definitely a wish list for me, and definitely something I think you should check out. It's super cool. But that's it for me. I am going to be checking out some of these other awesome demos and working on the game some more. And so go out there, play something cool, wish something, support indie games and indie game devs, and have a good week. If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, and yeah. So have a good one. Bye.